obviously.
Yeah, Venge, that is their mid player, Mr. Long Dash.
Mr. Long Dash.
I don't know what do you I don't know what to call him.
Double hyphen. I don't know what that is.
Yeah. He's got this giant hyphen going.
He has no name.
Yeah.
I speak with my actions.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I hope he plays good enough that I will be forced to want to know his name. That'd be
There you go.
All right. Well, what do you think? We have the 5 spread here for each team. What would you put your money on this one? We got EHOME versus Keen, best of 3.
See. I think both drafts look overall pretty solid. Chen's looked very good at empowering a lot of these carries with the new Divine Favor. Team 5. So yeah, let's look at Team 5 first. Definitely gives EHOME the edge there. Both teams have ways to take Roshan. Probably King Gaming more so. King Gaming's on Radiant. I think King Gaming have a slight edge though with their draft. I think EHOME need to have a strong laning stage, but Chen Earth Spirit aren't really lane dominators. So I think King Gaming should win the lanes and then be able to take objectives a bit better.
Yeah, it seems like for EHOME their laning stage is more volatile, or at least they have to execute to kind of make sure they get the laning stage they want. Yeah, Earth Spirit has to find those kind of ganks. Chen has to find those kind of creeps and setups still there. But if King can kind of adhere, make it out of the laning phase without too much trouble, it does seem like they've kind of an easier, clean-cut execution to go for here.
The Leshrac player ASD has been the stand-up. He's level 19 Lesh. Damn. He's been playing a lot of mid Lesh apparently. He's the guy to look out for. He's been the star player of this team.
Oh yeah, that's right. We're not even changing the tune-up for the playoffs. The same hype riff. It's time for WESG. $890,000. A lot of freaking money.
That's such a random number. 890,000.
It's like we want to make sure the first place team gets $500,000. So first place gets $500,000. Second, I think gets 300 if I'm not mistaken. That might have been second of last year, but it's fine. A lot of money on the line.
I think it's maybe 250. I think it's half. It goes down by like half, like 500, 250. Then I want to say it's 100K for third, 50K for fourth, maybe.
And there is a third place battle or a series, if you will, to fight for third.
Yeah.
Very Olympic style, like you said, for the bronze medal.
These observers know. They were showing off his Leshrac cosmetics.
Oh,
They're
yeah?
like, here's all his little shards. And
this guy plays the GOAT, so I better see the GOAT, if you know what I mean.
And Venge is, I think, a bad matchup. I think Venge should have a tough time against Lesh. You're pretty squishy. You don't have long range. And Lesh, if you hit him with a stun, is going to look to chase you down. So I could see that matchup being pretty tough for Venge mid. But who knows? I'm not a mid player. I don't know. Venge versus Leshrac, not a mid matchup you see all too often.
No, certainly not. Certainly not. But if that guy plays as much Lesh as everyone's talking about, then I would definitely be a little nervous. So we'll see. As we see a little tickle chase action happening over here. Weaver going to get shoved off away a bit, but obviously priority for... Oh, this is going to be tricky. Oh, okay. I was like, how am I going to see what team is what with this? But it is
the viewers have no clue.
Oh, gosh. EHOME is dire, everybody.
Yeah.
EHOME is dire.
I guess you'll see player names, but outside of that, you'll be a little bit confused, perhaps.
All you'll know is that China's going to take this one home, all right?
Yeah. It's good because, I mean, I think China is one of those really strong Dota countries, so they'll have a team in the semis, but it won't be like, 2 Chinese teams in the grand finals, for example.
Yeah, no, that's good. And I asked this kind of question to both Will and Cap yesterday. Obviously this is, fun, unique, kind of a situation, very Olympic, like you said. It's fighting for the pride of the homeland. And if there was one team here, who do you think, fights for that more than anyone else? A lot of people want to fight for a lot of the money, but who is right there for also fighting for, the homeland?
Yeah. I think a few of these teams in the playoffs value it a lot. Like some of these, like Brazil is a country. I think the Brazilians for one, China of course, and I would say lastly like TNC, because they've won it before. Yeah, but I mean even like Russia and Ukraine, I think is the same thing where these guys. His first water spread goes down. Virtus Pro, probably one of the wealthiest Dota teams out there. These guys win everything. The fact they're playing WSG when they could be taking a break right now, they have a busy year, says they care a lot about representing their country and doing well here.
Absolutely. I was gonna say America would have cared a lot too, because I've heard Trump, and he's like, if we could go to China and beat the cyber in China, oof, they would have brought Team to the White House straight up.
Yeah,
They would have been like, these boys went to China and beat them in the cyber games.
I'm just picturing IX Mike
and Trump next to each other,
eating McDonald's in the White House. That
could have been a reality. But unfortunately, Team did come up a bit short.
Yeah. We missed out big time.
All right, harassment for the Jug. He sees the incoming Illuminate, does the sidestep here. Always an awkward thing, you know, as a Coddle in the laning phase. You want to get off some good harassment with the Illuminate, but you don't want to blast the lane too far forward and disrupt your core player a bit. I'm curious how they are kind of leveling it up in the laning phase now. You know, Blinding Light was introduced. It does do some damage. It can do some harassment. It can disrupt the lane, though. It's always just a very fickle kind of a thing. And as we see, Old Chicken get the takedown of Jin-Q.
Good job diving tier 1 when you have a big creep wave, knowing they can punish the Pango there. Pango actually misses a lot of the experience on last hits because of that. But here comes YDJ looking for some revenge, but it's really just some harass. But yeah, it's very tricky. Like I've typically play either support or carry, and anytime I carry with a Coddle my lane, it can be very hit or miss with those Illuminates.
Yeah.
Like, I'm happy when I'm being chakred. I am not happy when Illuminate is making me miss range creep last hits.
Yeah. So you tend to just kind of like float around a bit. You'll get some poking damage in. Thank goodness they gave him so much move speed, so he can kind of comfortably be able to move in and out without being in the threat zone too much. But yeah, here we go. Mid lane. Rolling in. Good setup. Good hit. The kick's there. The lightning. The slow. Bada bing, bada boom. Long dash is gone.
Has been a pretty even mid lane before that gank. Venge was actually slightly ahead on CS, so evidently not as one-sided maybe as I thought it was. Venge just, you know, taking advantage of the fact Leshrac, like the Venge, is also very squishy. Wave of Terror, a couple points in it, some good right-click damage with the minus armor.
All right, here, obviously contention for the side pull camp, but we do have rotations coming in, or Spirit from the left, and now they want to make the jump. Looking to go for the Pango. They try to bail him out. The two-man connection with the Boulder Smash, but Jin-Q does go down again. Kaka picks up that one.
Yeah,
3-1.
Interesting seeing Willow as a 5 position. I feel like I've not seen that really in ages.
Why do you think that is? I know a lot of people have that stigma against Dark Willow as of recent, that she's rather not that potent or not that useful, but you look at her toolkit and it seems like it could be great, so I'm curious where the mismatch is.
I think turning into 5 is because of that. You know, if you've got a great toolkit but the hero doesn't scale that well with items, like after maybe some of the nerfs, people are like, okay, let's stop playing Willow, it's not as strong. But if you can still play it as a 5 because of the strong toolkit, then it's still a great hero.
How is she for just farming? Like, if she's got to like just make money for herself, you know, is she able to do that really well?
With your ultimate, it's pretty good. Leshrac ASD going down, the gank going the other way this time. Kaka is just everywhere. But yeah, Bedlam's pretty good for farming a creep wave. Like if you're pushing out waves, but typically the hero doesn't farm well at all, which is where maybe as a 5 it makes more sense.
I guess that's where someone like Coddle still can do okay, as long as he has that Illuminate, always can farm, push out waves, and later bring in those kind of items.
Old 11 needs to be careful up here. He's very, very deep.
Yep. And well, he gets punished for being so deep, unfortunately.
Pretty common. You see the mids rotate around bounty runes because, you know, we want to secure those little money pots.
All right, good grab for each here. And we take our business back to the mid lane, but a lot of proactiveness, obviously, from both sides because it's kind of a quota they need to meet. Well, I mean, I was expecting it more so for like Earth Spirit and such, but even this Dark Willow getting everywhere in here, back at bottom, going to make a setup, and it looks like they're going to get Pango again.
They have 5 kills, and Kaka's been in all 5.
That is a strong case for this roaming Willow.
Yeah.
Here we go, mid lane.
And in every single lane, he's been bot, mid, and top.
For now, though, it looks like Old Chicken's able to kind of help out. The Weaver stepping into action. Sakuchi's forward, but it's a 3-on-2 now. Can he get the finish of the Venge? Yes. And then tries to roll on out, but unfortunately rolls right into his own grave.
Yeah, luckily, Old Chicken gets out of there. Had some bottle charges so he could heal up a bit. Pango wanted to chase him down. Still actually is hovering around that 6-minute rune. Weaver hoping to get this rune. There's no rune, though. Is he going to die for
bottom. And her spirit's there, but yeah, in the meantime,
that's
Q will pay.
That's a bit of a feed.
That's Old Chicken.
That's one of those really greedy plays that there's not much excuse for. Like, I get if there's a rune there, he maybe doesn't even get it, and the dying for a possible rune is just not worth it when you're a core as well.
Got some sticks. Look at these. Oh, everybody wants a piece of it here. Coddle blasting it through. Sven wants to cleave it down, but they're chasing it forward. They got the Catapult Chen army coming through, and they are going to slice apart little Sven. Coddle eats a lightning bolt of slow, tries to charge his way out of it. Will be fine for now. Turn around, illuminate. Not going to find too many targets, but woo, that Lesh running away as fast as he can. He makes it out of fine.
He had the Chen Divine Favor, luckily, so bonus heal coming his way.
And they have a shrine, so everybody going to come together and hit the showers.
Yep.
Looks like on this one.
Tasty.
All right.
It's pretty even early game. I think Keen, off of some great Dark Willow rotations, have gotten some nice kills and secured their lanes, but EHOME, ASD's Lesh has been pretty active, and he's kind of helped recover the laning stage a bit.
That's what they kind of had to do, I'd imagine, with their lineup, too, right? We wanted them, they had to execute out this laning phase, try to keep pushing themselves ahead. I mean, would they be a lineup that if they were obviously not succeeding in the laning phase, it's just going to be so much harder for them throughout the game?
Yeah, their team fight's pretty good on EHOME, but it would have been a tough game for them. They don't have good ways to take objectives and take Roche.
Okay, big blast catches through the two of them, but the Jug now looking to get in and really bring some extra firepower. The Chen going to be the first one to be finished off. Pumping back, Vengeful Spirit gets the heal, fires forward, Magic Missile, the wave, but not quite enough firepower to go fish on the Jug. In the meantime, Old Chicken, though, is able to get the upper hand and takes out Earth Spirit. Action not done yet in the lane. Coddle charges up the blast, but Lesh runs right through it, and now look at this, 4-on-1 for the Lesh. Can they burst him down? Here comes the Flying Omni Slash. Can they all mitigate the damage? He pops out from it, does the spin of the Blade Fury, and gets the finish of the Dark Willow. And it's just non-stop drops here as more reinforcements come into play here. Another turnaround Illuminate. They'll finally get the finish of the Jug. But Pango's now arrived. He rolls on in, helps the finish there. Keen begin falling over a bit, but now they're fighting back EHOME, it looks like here. They get the takedown of Earth Spirit again. Now the Coddle goes down, double kill it looks like, as Sven gets the finish onto the Chen.
This is never ending.
This is ridiculous.
It was like
back now.
8 deaths or something.
Wait a minute,
in that
I saw
fight?
Earth Spirit die twice in that fight? Yeah, he started, and then he died again.
Okay, and the teamfight recap shows me 8 deaths as well, so it was 9 with the double death on the Earth Spirit.
Yeah, wow.
There you go. 9 total deaths. Sven and Pango the only 2 not to die. That was a bit hectic. And who actually comes out on top of that?
I don't even know.
I don't think anyone
It was
really
like,
does.
you kill me, I'll kill that
Yeah.
guy, and then you could have that guy. And they just kept trading. This like a body for a body here.
I guess
And we're the same. It was less than 1K going into that fight, and it's the exact same.
perhaps Sven the happiest breadwinner of the fight, but
Yeah.
he's still a 3 position. Not like that's a carry or a mid getting those kills.
Okay, nice roll in here. Catches the 3, including the creep with the silence. Roll setup, but then they just quickly hit him with the stun and slice him apart. They've managed to lock him in their place, but they're going to need to do more with it. Will-O-Wisp going to get dropped, and they're going to be able to secure the takedown of the Pango. That's a 3 times bounty streak. Going to be handed the way of King Gaming. So now King Gaming, that puts them up a bit.
Yeah, if they can maintain this pressure top, take a tier 1 tower, things will look pretty nice for them. They're the line that does take objectives very well with this Venge, Weaver, and the Vlads, which is coming out for Old 11 now. They've kind of hit that early game item and level timing where any kill can turn into a tower objective here.
Oh, for sure. They definitely have a team that can come together in good unison and get some pushing going. We'll have to see, though, how much EHOME want to kind of try to take that head on or just split and take the rest of the resources on the map. As it stands right now, they have a good split happening here. But, you know, I fear over time, like, what's Chen's position going to be in this game? What's he going to be bringing to the table?
Yeah, Chen's kind of just helping push down bottom. They're going to trade tier 1 for tier 1, but Keen's just a little bit faster. They took the tier 1. You know, they're already moving on to the next objective. EHOME do eventually take the bottom tower. Chen using some siege creeps and Divine Favor to help push a bit faster, but good news is King Gaming did not find any kills. If they found kills mid, they would also get this mid tier 1, and that's where things would start to look ugly. But instead, it's just a tower for tower trade, which favors EHOME right now.
Ooh, they were tailing the Lesh there for a bit, but it does look like they were privy to the possible approach. I think they even courier stalking him a bit, but whatever the case may be. He avoids that possible trouble, and Keen just keep going with that agenda, that objective agenda to the mid lane tier 1. But that bottom lane push still going.
Yeah, and I think they don't want to let a tier 2 go. They took 2 towers for 1. They're already winning the exchange here. King Gaming want to punish.
Okay, they
Great
root
bramble.
down the Chen. Not going to be able to escape from this one, so it should be a slow death for him. Yep, good pick up there, old chicken. But that's it, just Chen, just a Chen while they're.
It's
the
good.
rest of the gang gets
I
out.
like he ignores the Jug because Jug's just going to spin TP. So if he uses his stun on the Jug or tries to bramble maze the Jug, Jug is going to spin, get away. No point going for him. They see the Chen. He just cancels the Chen TP, and hey, you defend your tower and get a kill on Chen. He actually used his stun on the Siege Wagon, which was, mitigated some tower damage, which was probably the kind of best thing he could do in that situation.
All right. Looks like an Invis Venge wants to spring the trap. Let's go! We got we got an Earth Spirit here. The Will-O-Wisp can be committed, but he tries to roll out, swapping back into that Wisp. He takes a look at the light, and then he goes right into it.
Venge wasn't even attacking him for the finishing blow for a few seconds. I like that. He
look at the light.
Yeah.
Say cheese.
He let him suffer for an extra second. But 2k gold lead because of the tower advantage and just a slightly better map control and farm going King Gaming's way. This is kind of what they felt like their lineup would do. They could have a Vlad's
creeping in. Do they have anything to really stop this Jug right now, though? Nah, they're just going to flex on him a bit. But it looks like generally King Gaming are now going to take the business to the bottom and go for the tier 1 there.
Yeah.
These are predictable movements coming out from EHOME, and I know like Cap yesterday was maybe not these kind of teams. These are these Chinese teams are very polished, but for some of the other teams, it's like not being able to quickly recognize. Like you can see what the other team wants to do. Like they're gonna have the next 2 minutes to migrate their way down and go for the tier 1. What do you want to do about that? You need to either decide right away. You got to be there to contest it or approach them, or take the other part of the map, farm and push and pull them elsewhere. But here we go, fight breaking out. Northern Hemisphere. This one rolling into action is going to be EHOME now to try to stop their approach. They can't quite get the burst finish onto Venge here. Long dash. Can he live? He's trying to fight him out, turn around, and with the war cry, with the mitigation, he's able to flex on the Pango and take him down. Tries to spin out and away. In the meantime, double kill for Old 11, picking him up as he chops apart EHOME in their own turf.
Yeah, they almost kind of punished Keen there. Venge going for the kill as maybe the Keen's not done getting some action here as EHOME's Y, in a sense, is going to get chased down, it looks like. That's a Chen. He's got no escape.
Yeah.
But yeah, Venge going a bit aggressive there. Got caught by surprise by the Chen Hand of God Heal, kind of kept Lesh alive. But then it was King Gaming who kept the Venge alive with the Warcry, with the Sven showing up. Venge just stayed alive for so long that Jug even had to commit a spin to kill him off. So it was a very favorable exchange for King Gaming.
And got to be quite unfortunate for EHOME. They were the ones to try to jump into that thing in that they had the opportunity to take that fight and win it potentially. So that is going to bring them down a peg, certainly.
Yep.
They're overall, like, it feels like they're farming better on the map. They must be, because I feel like King gets better exchanges, but they're not pulling farther ahead in the net worth than I thought they would.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
EHOME kind of have a true carry in the Jug, who's just, top of the net worth, whereas King Gaming, they're quote-unquote carry of sorts. It's like, what, the Venge and the Weaver, who neither of whom are that farm, but they're running like a, call like a tri-core lineup where it's like you have 3 cores that all scale. None of them are really like the true hard carry. Everyone is just a semi-carry, which right now in a game like this where you're playing fast-paced, taking objectives, is really good because you have 3 heroes that come online faster and you don't have to play greedy. EHOME, not playing super greedy. Jug's got Drums Yasha. He's gone for an early game build, but he is playing a style where he takes a lot of farm on the map.
Yeah. All right, well, Keen are back onto the top lane here, looking to approach the tier 2, and EHOME saying we can exchange a 1-for-1 on that.
Yep. Yeah, these Chen Siege creeps help push pretty fast, although that's just the Regulon with a Divine Favor. And Weaver, he's here, can snipe a healing ward, but with the Divine Favor, those Siege creeps hit way too hard.
Oh, yeah. And why don't everyone just going to come together and maybe meet in the middle? That would be a pretty sweet party. We have one stalking and scouting out into the pit. Does either team really have a strong Roche lineup? Both teams have very good anti-Roche lineups, it feels like. Like one team wanted to go in, but okay, here we go. Breaking out the fear already from the Willow. Quick burst fire takedown. Lesh is already going to be off the table. Beautiful setup as well with the Will-O-Wisp, but Keen decided to backpedal a bit. Rolling in is going to be the Earth Spirit trying to get those backliners, but the Weaver just starts to chunk them down. Gets the finish there. Now coming in, spinning. The Jug trying to slice on forward, and they're going to be able to get down Old 11, it looks like. That's a 4 times kill streak going to be handed over to EHOME. They try to backpedal with their winnings. Old Chicken thinks about, seeing what's happening in their back lines. Goes for the weakling. Chen got him.
Yep.
Right under their nose.
It was kind of a EHOME one fight because of that big kill on Sven, who's so farmed, has the streak. It ends up being a 2 for 3 in Keen's favor, but the gold exchange is actually pretty even. Before that, it was like a 1k gold swing for EHOME, and then the Chen kill makes it more like a 400, 500 gold swing. So EHOME actually narrow the gap between the two teams despite losing 3 heroes. They just get the right kills and only lose a Chen, a support hero there, the Earth Spirit. They don't mind losing these supports.
Yeah, they're min-maxing a lot. Really well, just farming the map as much as they can, and then in these fights they're taking these resource trades. It'd be probably a bit better if someone like, because I think the last hit, with Jin Q and not the Jug.
Yep.
He would have loved to have that little bit of extra purse, but it looks like King Gaming are deciding it's time to do the Roche.
Yeah, you were asking before the fight, about who can take Roche, and it's King Gaming with the minus armor. The Weaver bugs, the Venge Wave, they have great Roche taking potential. This could theoretically be punished by a Pengo ultimate, but they need to get there quickly. And this Roche is dropping pretty damn fast.
They don't even seem to be heading that direction at the moment. They are kind of coming together, like maybe they're going to pop a smoke within a moment, but they're going to get the news here in just a moment that the Roche has already been done, and then I don't know. Do you want to take a fight right then and there, maybe catch them as they're together, or do you want to wait?
They get the sentry down for the Weaver.
They're all there. Can you get a beautiful setup? Quick stun on the Dark Willow. Could set her off a bit, but there's no one to really just pounce on at the moment. And now they're going to make their approach, trying to see if they can take the old man out of this one. He does manage to make it back away and alive, but they finally able to finish him off, fighting forward. It is going to be the Jug. Gets the Will-O-Wisp down. Looking to go in. Vengeful, trying to get the right clicks in, but this Lesh is burning him on down. It's going to be EHOME on this one. EHOME taking advantage of Keen, just coming out from the Roche pit, and he manages to wipe them all off.
That's huge. Yeah, they just laid a trap there. They're like, okay, the second Roche went down, they knew they had this really nice position. Having an Observer Ward and Sentry where the fight's happening, having vision of every single hero when it's nighttime makes such a big difference. It just allows Earth Spirit to kind of get these really clutch silences and stuns off. He actually kind of flubbed his initial silence, where I think he tried to hit the Weaver, only got the Dark Willow, but he made up for it later on. He helped kill the Weaver. Silencing the Weaver with the Jug right clicks, they kill him off, and once Weaver's down, that fight looked very easy for them. And part of the problem here is that King Gaming, even though they were even or slightly ahead on farm, is it's all on this Sven, who is full-on utility mode. Vlad's Blink, he plays a nice initiator. It's good to have these items, but you want to have him as, like, the second or third most farmed hero on the team, not the leading farmer.
Yeah, a little concerning the deeps department, it would look like for Heen. If they're going to be able to shrug off a lot of the magical bursts coming in, like sure there's a share of it between the Lesh and the Earth Spirit, but eventually this Jug can get quite scary, and here we have a roll-in setup and a quick snipe of a little Keen member.
Yep.
And it's not anyone too little, actually. That's the Weaver.
This Earth Spirit's just making plays all over the map.
Yeah,
he's just setting up all kinds of kills.
Got another one, boys. Quick takedown of the Coddle, and we're not done yet. Here's a little pixie lady for you, too. Yep. Dark Willow also gone. Just Keen, hemorrhaging a bit, it looks like.
Going from kill to kill. They're just playing much faster, moving together as a team. And they've got this Battle Fury and Jug as a third item, but he is so incredibly strong now with this. They've got a decent creep wave pushing down bottom, including some siege creeps, so maybe they consider doing some damage here, but at the same time, they're not the ones with the Aegis or anything.
Coddle's about to be up. Did just get his ultimate back online.
There's bounty runes. I think they mistakenly maybe should have just backed off and grabbed these bounty runes, but it does look like they're now doing that, so they should be able to get most of these.
High ground's going to be a test for sure. Keen have a pretty damn good high ground, at least it looks like on paper.
Yeah.
I mean, Coddle and Dark Willow certainly have a wealth of AoE to kind of push and defend.
At this point, they got to feel like they're scaling better late game. They're going to be clicking these Keen Gaming heroes like, okay, Weaver's got a Dragonlance, Venge has a Drums, Sven has Blink Vlads. Who is actually going late game on their team? Nobody. And if you're EHOME, you're like, well, our Jug went back for a Battle Fury. We are going to win late game, even though you have heroes like Chen who fall off. So I think EHOME are quite happy to play a slower game where they don't rush high ground.
Smoke and they go. They're like, yeah, we would if this was a DPC event there, but this is a WESG, so we're going to go. And they're going to swing, and I don't mind it at all. So let's go. They're going to see if they can find a setup. Maybe they can go for the jugular sooner than later. There's still plenty of towers on the map. The top lane is still full of towers for them to take down. There's money out there for the taken. But high ground positioning here for Keen. The approach is coming, though, around the corner. Sven has to be careful. Rolling forward. Her Spirit doesn't quite find the mark on this one, but look at Pango. rolling up, blinking forward. They found Dark Willow. Just behind is going to be the Venge. Will-O-Wisp going to be dropped on the high ground here. Can Keen fight from the low ground? They are going to get the finish of the Earth Spirit, and that's enough for EHOME to pull off. They committed a lot of resources to try to go for an ambush play there, but didn't quite get enough.
Yeah, a bit harder when you don't have the vision that you're fighting around.
Yeah.
Last fight they had that nice observer ward. This time around they didn't have any vision on that cliff, so there was a lot of fog that heroes like Weaver can take advantage of, weaving in and out. And he gets vision of people with the bugs, so...
And that's what happens when you try to play like the WESG.
Yeah, they should have just sat back.
Yeah.
I think it was an okay idea to smoke, but they needed to smoke to get wards down, and then, like, you know, you camp on top next to your wards and wait till you have a fight. Where their smoke broke was not a very good location, because they didn't have any vision yet. You want to find heroes once you have the vision down. But you can go for those smoke plays while playing a slower farm-based game. They were very close to a couple items, like this Leshrac Guardian Greaves comes up right after the fight. Pango's Crimson Guard gets bought now. Like, they didn't have either of those items when they went for the play, which is why it also seems perhaps poorly timed.
Now, bit of a stalemate. Farm flashing period here for EHOME to kind of bulk up a bit. Get those next items online. But still plenty of towers on the map. These teams very scrappy, but not always in the best position it looks like to be able to take a fight and then follow it up with a tower.
Yeah, I think EHOME can kind of settle down a bit as far as looking to only take fights where they have all these items that they need, and they've got them now.
Yep, nice quick jump approach here. And now they put their focus maybe on Sven. Pango finds the two supports over their trees, and boom, they get obliterated. Between the Earth Spirit and the Pango, they are going to be able to fire them both down, it looks like, but it's a space for Old 11 to make it through the trees and find a way to TP back home.
And there's two towers up top that they can just immediately go for. It's just kills on supports, but
there we go.
You need the supports in these fights because these cores are not doing enough damage where you can't fight. Like Dark Willow ultimate, the Bedlam is needed, the Coddle Blasts are needed because you don't have that hard carry. So this will looks like, yeah, two tier 1 and a tier 2 uncontested and no trades happening anywhere on the map.
Weaver's farming through the bottom lane, but it's just some kind of selfish farm a bit for him to get closer to finishing off that BKB. It looks like he's going for. But they are going to find themselves having to do a high ground defense here in just a moment. Keen have a lot of good tools for this high ground defense. Let's see how they can utilize them. If it's a couple of bad beats, they could lose this Rax real quick, or they could send EHOME packing if they do it right. Let's see. EHOME are going to leave, it looks like.
EHOME's going to get chased down too now.
But yeah, let's see. I don't know. Keen are like, you really want to come into our home, mess up some of our stuff, and try to get away with it? All right, they've tried to make the chase. They popped their BKBs. The big debut. And they are going to be able to get a quick finish of Chen, but now here comes the Omni Slash. Venge in a lot of trouble. Will-O-Wisp to try to bail her out. She sidesteps, waits for the silence, gets the swap of the Pango, trying to help him out and get him away, but it still looks pretty good for EHOME here. They managed to get the one slash, but a reapproach from the Sven, quite successful, finishing off the Lesh on this one. Magnetized approach now from the Earth Spirit, but here comes Weaver, trying to chase him off. In the meantime, Jug finding a chase of his own, getting a hold of the little Dark Willow, but this is awkward for EHOME. They're trying to come back together. Earth Spirit slows down their approach, but EHOME have fully left the area here. Well, not fully left the area, it looks like. 11 has found little Pango here.
Well, okay, they actually get quite the nice swing there. They took a decent chunk of damage on that tier 3 tower, but that was a 3,000 gold swing in King Gaming's favor end of the day with 4 kills and only losing Avenge. It kind of looked bad at the start. They used both BKBs and only killed a Chen. But what they did do is cause EHOME to entirely split up. Like, everyone was running a different direction. The second they see this BKB Sven running at them, they're like, okay, we lost this fight. Let's run. Let's get out. And then King Gaming have really good chase. Heroes like Weaver, Sven with a Blink Dagger. They can just chase people down. Dark Willow even has some nice catch with this Yule Scepter, so they were just able to find these picks one by one. And King Gaming had like a 5-6k gold lead, now only have a 2k plus one.
Roche just popped up, it looks like, too, so we'll have to see if that's going to be something that King can try to take from the behind the back of EHOME. Obviously, we know what happened last time. Just after taking the Roche, they lost a full team wipe right there, but
I feel like EHOME's not going to let go so easily when they've got a Pango on their team, one of the kings of the Roshan pit.
For sure.
We'll definitely see him invested in trying to contest that.
Both teams will kind of search and destroy the area, secure the perimeter at least, get some vision down, and be on the lookout for it. But I don't know. Whatever team has kind of the better mobility to move around the map and try to push out those side lanes.
You can see on EHOME have some really nice wards around the Roshan pit. You can see on the mini-map they put that ward by where the neutrals are after chopping down the tree, so that sees the entire river and Roche pit area, and that's above the ramp, so it's very hard to deward that. If EHOME just kind of play around it, they should have good vision in the pit. Plus they have the Chen creep that's just sitting in Roshan as well.
Oh yeah.
No real chance for King Gaming to sneak a Roche, not without clearing out some vision, as well as that Chen creep.
Well, that will mean that King can just kind of go to some stagnant farming in the meantime, it would look like.
Do you like that? Yeah, they've used this time to farm to actually get some key items to help do more damage. Weaver's got a Maelstrom. Sven, he has the BKB, and what's he going to buy next? I think he has something on the career. He got an Echo Saber, so went back for a very late Echo Saber, but I think he just knows he needs to do a bit more damage. And then you have Venge going for a BKB as well.
Oh, some commotion to possibly break out here. They thought about moving within the pit, but it looks like bottom lane is where the party has started here. An approach from Sven. Tries to catch out the Chen. Can't finish him off yet. Now Earth Spirit is caught on the wrong side of those trees. Tries to kick his way out, but he is swarmed. And King Gaming take advantage of that one. Now they smoke, and it looks like they're going to beeline straight to the Roche pit here.
Oh, Pango. Careful, my friend.
Oh, whoa.
I'm a little bit ahead, so every now and then I see something crazy happen. I'm like, oh, wrong screen. There we go. Pango, crazy, my friend.
Pango, what are you doing there? You are crazy. Oh, whoa, whoa. You're right. Okay, he finally managed to make it over the wall. Still bouncing out and back in. He gets swapped back, and he's trying to stall them out. Please don't take our Roche. No, it's happening, buddy. He dropped the Will-O-Wisp, and they go in for it.
Blinked in front of 4 heroes to take a regen rune. If that's like a DD or something, it's like, okay, maybe you want to stop that DD rune, but it's a regen rune. That was a bit caught by surprise when I saw it.
There are TPs coming in here, just as the Roche is going to be going down. Anybody going to get wild?
I have no Pango. That's like the key hero to contest Roche. Yeah. That's why him dying for that rune is so bad for them. And King Gaming have pulled it back to even, essentially, after being down by quite a big chunk of gold. Very tight game here.
It's good for them to be able to just have so many resources to just spam out these waves too. They're not going to be encroached anytime soon. It's a lot of effort for EHOME to kind of push the map fully across the river and keep King kind of locked indoors. It's a very spammy kind of a team and a high mobile kind of a team, so can't really lock them down right now.
Jug level 20 now, so has that Blade Fury DPS to go with the movement speed. And I actually went for a BKB, which is not your everyday Jug item, but he wants to have the magic immunity and the ability to attack it simultaneously. And that way he won't have to worry about things like the Blinding Light, particularly. Because the issue with Blade Fury as a spell giving you magic immunity is once you use it, you're not right-clicking in a team fight. So if you use it to get rid of Blinding Light, well, I mean, that's like 5 seconds you can't attack.
All right, Keen. Smoke approach through the mid lane, kind of baiting out the Weaver.
There's double damage too, spawning. So that's they want to secure these bounty runes, get the double damage for their Jug, and perhaps look to defend this mid lane if possible.
Well, Keen are going to slowly wither away that tier 2, but here does come EHOME from the southern side of this lane, seeing if they can get a nice angle here. Long roll, longer kick. They're kind of outstretching him a bit.
Yeah, EHOME's big issue here in the late game is they just have no catch.
Yeah.
Earth Spirit is not, I mean, Boulder Smash is no longer a stun. It has that
he has
slow.
No blink dagger makes it harder.
Yep.
I mean, if it was like a Yule's Earth Spirit with the blink.
And even like the old one with Boulder Smash, this hero is just not like a catch in the same way like most heroes are in the late game where you have it blink insta-stun or like a long range like Fissure or something. It's just, it's unreliable and it's not the ideal hero to start a fight with. Leshrac has a Yule Scepter, but if you're using one of these frontliners, they have BKB. So if you use them to sep your stun, well, it's never going to land. It's not the kind of, it's not like a Beastmaster Roar or one of these like LC Jewels, these reliable initiation spells.
Yeah.
That's just doesn't exist in EHOME's draft. Whereas King Gaming, you have the Venge, Swap and Stun, so you even have a BKB piercing initiation. You have the Sven Blink Stun, which is pretty instant. You can BKB dodge it, but it at least gives you a fairly reliable way to start a fight.
So everything kind of coming up King Gaming at the moment here to see if EHOME can kind of shrug off the pressure. Or I'm sure for now just kind of waiting out this Aegis. Don't want to obviously take a ill-favored fight.
Yep.
And just kind of farm out the map for the most part until that Aegis does disappear, and then they can see where they stand in a 5v5, I guess, at that point.
Yeah, it does feel like we're playing into that super late game a little bit here where level 25s may come into play, but King Gaming with Aegis and Cheese sitting back and just farming during it, I think would be a bit of a mistake, so they are going to go on the hunt.
All right, Keen to the top lane here. Poor Chen could be a gank tanker here in a moment if he doesn't head out. Oh, Keener chasing through the river, kind of stalking a bit from the low ground. Look at this, Wild Man.
That's the Pengo 2.0.
Wild
He's
Man.
trying to steal a rune.
Oh, I love that little swap as he tries to roll out. You're done for, sir. They're going to still magnetize themselves, though, through it. Running up, trying to chase EHOME up to the high ground. Jug says, all right, let's go. Pops the BKB, tries to slice down the Venge, but Coddle's there, drops the Will-O-Wisp. Sven looks for an opportunity to try to burst fire down this Lesh if he can. A buyback was committed from the Earth Spirit to come back into this one, though, and there we see his assistants trying to kick out Lesh if possible, but he gets brought right back into the Hell Zone, and he's finished off. Swift blink out, though.
It's a long Lesh respawn. I think did he buy back early in the game? I don't think so. But that is a pretty good convincing fight from King Gaming, getting a lot of value out of these BKBs. Venge able to stay alive because of it, and they're not done. They want this Earth Spirit. This one is a dieback. He bought back for this fight. Yeah. And another just kind of poor individual play starting that fight off. Last time it was the Pengo who gave away Roshan by going for that regen rune. This time another rune trying to be snagged and feeds away a fight because of it too.
Did anyone from King Gaming die yet? I don't know if they've had. Did they even use the Aegis?
The Aegis is still on Weaver.
Wow.
And they killed the Jug. That's the big thing.
Wow. That's like a 6-man takedown right there. They have lost nobody.
Yep.
Like they were playing that so well. There's like baiting him in, then the comrade comes in, drops the Will-O-Wisp. They get a nice swap to bail out someone else.
Yep.
Very nice execution
Having the swap,
from King Gaming.
The Force Staff, the Glimmer Cape, all these saves being used so well.
It's like a little circus act right now. King Gaming just bailing each other out, making full use of all their utility here. Swap back in, burst down the Pango. He's out 90 seconds. Good God. See you tomorrow, sir.
They're playing so well. They're just baiting EHOME in. It's like, okay, let's show this hero that, they're out of position, but they're not when you can actually save them using these items and these spells like swap. They just got like, 9 kills unanswered, I want to say.
Yeah, that's how it felt. Look at that. Suddenly like 11K net worth advantage is like a 10K boost suddenly. King Gaming are just in total control.
Yep.
Total control.
Top racks, mid racks, they can't go for bottom. They could. And tier 4s aren't really on the menu with all these heroes respawning. I think you just back off and take shrines. Call it a day. You've got a 4 racks lead. You can take the shrines. You can wait for next Roshan in 2 to 5 minutes. At that point, this game went from being 50-50 to like 90-10.
Yeah. Oof. Well, not throwing in the towel quite yet is EHOME here. No, they're 2 sets of racks down. They are feeling like there's still opportunities to kind of make something happen out there, but oof.
King Gaming did a good job recognizing, their lack of damage and itemized well for it. Sven went back for a Moonshard, Echo Saber. Weaver went for a Mjolnir and now has a Daedalus queued up. I think these heroes realize, like, my teammates are also going utility items. I gotta get some damage, and so Sven, Weaver both do it. Venge sticks with the utility, just gets a BKB. The Venge at this point, you can see in the net worth, is kind of the utility, well behind the other cores. But that's, Venge doesn't need to do damage right now.
And deceptively tanky too. The Venge always is. It seems like that they just unload a lot, and she manages to just live on, swap herself out from potential trouble, and is good to fight on to a new day. All right, potential incoming scrappy heat, it looks like here, through the mid lane. Woo! There she is, swapped in right out, just as the Dark Willow was about to go down, and the Dark Willow sidesteps once again this Earth Spirit, playing Toro here a bit, and does manage to get the Earth Spirit down. He's going to be out for nearly 50 seconds. King Gaming looking to go for the finish here. Can he manage to get the grab on the EHOME members before they head back indoors? The Lesh, woo! Gets blasted down. The Coddle picks that one up. Long jump forward from Pango, who gets swapped right back into the open arms of King Gaming. And now the Omni Slash. Mitigated through the creeps, through the catapult. And now he will be chopped to little bits. Oof. GG has been called. King Gaming unloaded a full can of whoop-ass there. And just the last, 5 minutes or so, EHOME doesn't know what hit him. Oh, where did it go wrong so fast? They were holding their own really good. There was a Keen were just kind of doing their game. They got the Aegis. EHOME hit him with a surprise attack, took over.
Yep.
But then things fizzled out of their hands.
Yeah, I mean, it was the next stages when the Pengo